Republican nominee for president Donald Trump made headlines this week at the National Association of Black Journalists convention in Chicago. During his appearance, he got himself in hot water after he questioned Vice President Kamala Harris's racial identity.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
Well, his remarks sending shockwaves throughout the country, even some within his own party. On Friday, the DNC chair announced that Harris had secured enough votes during the virtual roll call to be the official Democratic nominee. And joining Capitol Review is the Hill's Cheyanne Daniels. She's the race and politics reporter and host of Switch Up podcast. Cheyanne, thank you for joining us. Well, Cheyanne, you attended NABJ. You didn't witness the president's appearance, but there's certainly been a lot of reaction in Chicago. What were people saying?
Yes, this frankly was not a welcome visit by the National Association of Black Journalists members. The decision was made and then announced Monday evening, and many were concerned that by inviting the former president, we would hear some of the rhetoric that has come to be known for him, controversial comments. Obviously, that is what happened, as we had just heard, and many began to liken the comments to those that we had heard him say about former President Barack Obama when he questioned the former President Barack Obama's nationality and whether or not he was even American. And so this has started to create a little bit of some rumblings here in Chicago as folks debate whether or not they even want to maintain their membership with NABJ.
Well, we spoke a few months ago about the importance of the black voters, and they could potentially make a difference in this election. Is the former president winning those voters, especially after his appearance at NABJ?
So what's really interesting is that we don't have a lot of data just yet on the new matchup, but what is very clear is that there does seem to be a sense of excitement around Vice President Harris's candidacy. And so when the comments were made, what we started to hear come out almost immediately, both on social media, from scholars, from other experts, was this is not going to play out well with black voters, especially considering that the former president is trying to score at least 20% of black voter support this year. But by questioning the vice president's blackness is the word that folks are using right now. What he's saying is for many voters is they feel that he is saying that you can only be one thing. You cannot have a mixed race identity. And black voters find that that's not sitting well with them as we go into November.
Well, how are Democrats and Vice President Harris, the presumptive nominee, how are they responding?
Yes, we heard widespread condemnation of former President Trump's comments. We have seen many come out in support of the vice president. And this was even happening last week as we began to hear some rumblings around Capitol Hill of her being called a DEI hire. We have seen the Congressional Black Caucus come out and strongly condemn these, saying that she is the most qualified candidate at this time. And we heard from her campaign this week that essentially, you know, for them, they're saying this is nothing different than we have heard from the former president. None of this is a surprise. That being said, they have called the comments disgusting and said that they weren't unacceptable.
Cheyanne Daniels, thank you very much for joining us.